We got Chris over here from the Griddle guys. Nate going inside. I'm Jeff. We're just starting a steak and cheese special. First thing first, favorite thing to cook on the griddle, bacon. Easy enough to do, full pound, plenty of room still left on the griddle. As you can see, perfect. Every time. Nice job.
Alright, Nate, why don't you tell us what we're going to be cooking tonight?
We got Nate over there from the Griddle guys, prepping some shaved steak.
Pretty sure he bought it at the local market. Nothing fancy. Why don't you tell us what you're doing with it, Nate?
Just cross-cutting it to make it more tender. Cut it into small pieces, and when you cook it on the griddle, it's smaller. Put it in a sandwich, it's much more tender. It's almost like chunky hamburger. So you just try to keep it in one piece. Half-inch, quarter-inch slicing in both directions.
Pretty easy to cook that way too, right?
Oh yeah. And it cooks in like 30 seconds.
Very quickly.
We used to do this at a place I worked with, we kept it like partially frozen. The more defrosted it is, the harder it is to do.
So did you buy this frozen or fresh?
Fresh.
Yeah.
Is it smarter to buy it frozen and let it thaw
No, I
as
mean,
you cut it?
you can see how I'm doing it. It's not that hard. You just got to...
You need a real sharp knife, right?
You do need a real sharp knife. If you don't have a dull knife, then you're not going to do this.
Oh my god, I'm going to use a dull knife.
So what are we going to do after we cut it up? We're going to season it with just salt and pepper?
Maybe don't do it with the
You
banana.
got bacon.
No, just the steak. Just the meat. We're going to season it.
Yeah, I like salt, pepper,
Bacon.
oregano. But
Oregano?
yeah.
Sound good to you, Jeff?
Sounds good to me.
Here's the plan. We got 5 different steak and cheeses we have to make. So the thing with steak and cheese is once you put it on the griddle, it's going to cook really fast. I got 2 burners on high, 1 burner on low, 1 burner on off. So the approach we're going to use is cook the ingredients on the hot zone, move them off to the warm zone, keep them warm. The 5 steak and cheeses are, we got a steak bomb with bacon, I think. So what are you having on yours? Mushroom, onion, pepper, bacon.
Bacon, yeah.
And salami?
Yes.
And Chris, what are you having on yours?
Everything you say. Everything that's there is going on my sandwich.
We got a couple of kids inside that want plain steak and cheese, and we got one of the wives inside that wants mushroom, all the vegetables, mushroom, onion, pepper. A couple of people that want provolone, a couple of people that want American. So, and we got mixed breads. We got some Italian bread, some French bread. So this is where it gets a little difficult. But the advantage to having the griddle, if you have people over and you get the same scenario where, right, you have people that want all different things, right? So the technique is cook your vegetables, bacon, as you can see, is pre-cooked. Move them off to the side. Keep them separated. Toast your bread. Move it off. Keep it warm on the off zones. Get your steak cooked, and then you move your steak into portion sizes that are go into the bread. You mix your cooked ingredients in, and we'll show you how to get that into the bread. I will caution, it's very tempting to put a shit ton of steak into the bun. Chris and I have done that. It's no fun eating a steak and cheese that's completely flat because you can't close it.
Right.
Okay, so proportions matter
And
here.
your mouth can't fit over it.
Right, so keep in mind that you actually have to be able to eat this thing. It can't be a steak boat, okay? So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and get started.
So right now, Nate's just going to get all the vegetables going. We're going to do that first. The steak is going to be last. It literally takes just a few minutes for the steak to cook. Get everything all mixed in together. Throw the cheese on, and we're serving right after that. So we'll start with
literally minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to do the onions with that. Probably throw the mushrooms in a little bit later or right away. What do you think?
Well, the thing, normally I would be concerned with like when you cook the mushrooms, but everybody here tonight who wants onions or peppers wants mushrooms, onions, and peppers. So we don't really have to keep them separate. We can cook them all together.
All right.
But like if we had someone who wanted a mushroom steak, like my wife, who always wants just a mushroom steak,
Right.
we have to keep them separate. So let's get them all going. Highly recommend you have this, they call it mise en place and, real cooking, but for us, have all your stuff ready to go.
So maybe at the same time, I'm gonna throw some bread over here, and then no, will it still burn with no heat over here?
No, that's perfect. Get it going. So for any non-griddle owners, it looks a lot like we use a lot of oil. We do. But keep in mind that a lot of the oil stays on the griddle. Here's the seasoning we talked about. We have garlic, salt. We have salt, pepper, and some oregano. Kind of a gentle seasoning. Put it on pretty much everything.
Chris, you want to explain that device that you got there on the bread?
What do you call it?
Sandwich press. Sandwich press.
A sandwich press. It's just going to flatten it out a little bit so that you get a nice crisp inside. A couple of us want toasted rolls, and I'm going to switch back and forth here. I got that flat. Switch that down. Nice even.
These actually work for any, if you like caramelized onions, these work well for that. You can have your vegetables on the griddle. Just drop that there. It's going to blacken the heck out of the side against the griddle. So
you actually caramelize onions on here pretty easily?
Oh, yeah.
Can you?
Yeah. Especially if you use this. We used to use this at the sup shop all the time. Yeah. Peppers, you know how sometimes peppers, they're crunchy when they're not cooked enough? Use one of these, it's a totally different story.
I know they have different weights to those. Is there a preference for the weight?
Yeah, this is lightweight. I mean, it's not lightweight, but I personally like it a little heavier. Especially when you're doing grilled cheese or something, you really want to get it really down. But it's not bad. You know what that weight is made on this? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not that heavy, but it's working. So
these, can we slide those so I can make some room for these?
Yep. Can we take these off?
Well, you can see how soft this got.
Real quick.
Real quick. And these are going to continue to cook. Yeah. These are going to continue to cook for a couple minutes. Even though they're on the off zone, because the heat's still there. So, while we do the steak, and then we'll slide them into the steak.
A little more oily thing on top?
Nah, that's it. They're going to get soft enough. So you can probably squeeze your bread down there. If you want.
So again, this heat's off right here, so there's not a whole lot going on. Maybe should we put it on warm or just leave it off?
I think you're okay. I mean, if you want to toast them quickly, you can move them to the hot zone.
We can do that right before we put the meat on.
I lost my trash. Yeah.
Oh, where'd it go?
Up there.
All right.
Ants will get it. Pause.
Perfect.
All right, so we took like a 5-minute break. What you can see is the vegetables are fine. They're still sizzling lightly underneath, getting soft. Cook them as much as you want. Some people like crispy vegetables, some people like crunchy vegetables. This bread was not toasted enough, so we literally moved it to the hot zone for, I don't know, Chris, what, like 20 seconds?
30 maybe tops.
Yeah, you can see how toasted it got. So now we're going to jump into, can you dump the salami down here, Chris?
Yeah.
And how many, 2 people having bacon?
Just one.
Alright, so take a handful of bacon.
Chris, did you want bacon?
Yeah.
2.
Alright. You want more bacon in this?
No, that's
going
good.
to be enough.
Bacon makes everything better, Jeff. You know that.
That's right.
For any new griddle owners out there, don't worry about scarring your griddle. You can't actually, I'm going to go even more extreme here. Grab a knife.
I'm going to stop prepping the cheese because as soon as we throw this meat on, it doesn't take long.
We're going to leave a little bit of meat off. Chris likes his steak and cheese on the a little bit more rare side.
Yes.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, time for the meat.
Probably more than enough for you, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry about the camera action there. It's Chris.
Speedy. Call me Speedy.
Speedy.
Get it flat. Get it flat.
Try and do it. Yeah, I'll let you take over. That's hot.
Yeah. Hot.
So literally, that bottom is cooked very quickly. It's very quick.
Seasoning makes a huge difference.
Again, that's just salt, pepper, a little bit of oregano. It's a mix that he already pre-made.
Yep. Jeff, slide in here. So, for a really fine steak, you do this technique. Pinch your steak down, use your scraper, and pull it. And burn my finger. But just work your way across the steak and pull it like that. See how I'm doing that? Almost cooked already.
So those are there 3 there, right there?
That's 4.
Whenever you're ready to get those ready, I got the cheese ready.
Two chunks like this guy right here, that technique takes them up.
This doesn't make it as chewy, which is a lot more fun to eat when it's not chewy.
Alright, I'm going to turn the heat down to low. We're going to separate this into 4 portions. The 5th one's going to him.
You see it's a tongs, huh?
I can do it with the spatula.
Yeah.
So this will be June.
You wanted everything?
Yep. Veggies.
With cheese?
With
Provolone?
cheese. Provolone, yeah.
Don't put it on yet. We eat the bread. There's 1. What's the next one? Just plain?
Plain.
No cheese?
American, I'm sorry, provolone.
Great.
Jeff's got everything, so you can throw his all in there.
So we got, Chris, you wanted salami? No.
Mine's not here, so do
This
Jeff.
is just June.
Yeah, do Jeff. He's got everything.
Jeff's got everything. Okay.
Everything.
Bacon. Salami. Mushroom, onion, pepper. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I left Jeff's a little thin on the meat because you'll never fit it into the bun if you put all this stuff, all these toppings on it with a lot of steak. Okay, go ahead. So who's provolone? Who's American?
Jeff first.
We got 3 provolones.
Extra provolone, Jeff?
Sure.
They're all provolone, right?
Isabella's 1 American. 3 provolones, 1 American.
Is your kids having anything other than cheese or no?
No.
I'll get the American.
Alright, we got a bun for Jeff.
One sec. Actually, it's right here.
So you see how quickly we're rushing, Chris trying to get the cheese on?
It's very quick.
That's what I said, it's very quick.
We got to take Jeff's off. It's ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there's no way we're fitting that. So this is my technique.
Oh,
for
you can
trying
use
to
a fork too.
put the bun on,
Throw that stuff on the side.
flip into the plate. Hold on.
Look at that. That's beautiful right there.
Wow. Next bun.
Want to get a close-up of that, Chris?
Isabella.
Yeah, look at that.
Plain bun for Isabella. Which one was hers?
Isabella has that one. Yep.
Okay,
Big
so
one?
again, same technique. Going right over the top, slip it underneath, flip it. There you go. See, that's a pretty good proportion of steak and cheese to bread. Who's next? Anthony, what was his bread?
Anthony had the lighter.
So this is a little long. Just pile it up. And honestly, we kind of let these sit a little too long. We could have pulled these before the cheese was melted because when you flip the beef
Trying to help
over,
you here, Nate.
thank you.
Get that little wall. Oh, look at that
Yeah,
one.
give me Anthony's.
Oh, there we go.
Come in from the front, flip, wipe. That looks good.
Oh. That does look good.
Close up
Look
to
at
that.
All right, let's feed his kids and before they walk out of here. They're hungry, and they're gonna put this down.
All right, let's go feed
We'll
them.
cut off right now. I'm gonna do mine in a few minutes.
This is June, right?
Yep. This is Chris's famous semi-raw
My way of doing it.
steak and cheese
We
sub.
can do it a little, very quick,
Likes to cook it quick.
very quick.
Likes to cheese it right before it's
Little
starting to turn
seasoning.
brown.
Gonna get the peppers, onions, mushrooms right in there, right away. Let it all cook so everything gets hot.
Now we don't condone doing this on a regular basis, but this is how he likes his sandwich.
I never get sick, so.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. We got the bacon, salami, what is it, pepper salami?
Pepper
What's it
salami.
called?
Yep.
They're all in there. Look at that, they're already cooked. See that? Quick. Still a little red in there. Gonna warm up my bread a little bit.
We have washed the spatula several times, in case anyone's wondering.
So I'm gonna let that cook real quick. I'm an American cheese guy. Extra cheese as well. Just right on there. Watch this. Oh. Sorry, Jeff. I don't mean to keep it.
That's all right.
Pour that right on there, and then I'll mix it up a little bit even more. Look at that.
This is a perfect example of how to overstuff.
See how he fits it on his bread.
My bread's right here. I'm gonna put it up. I'll put that right on there.
Yeah.
Just a second.
I don't know, what do you think? Is that going to fit?
Close. I'll make it work, and you know what? And if it doesn't, I'll eat it with a fork from the rest of it.
Yeah, it looks like it fits perfect, yeah. No extra steak at all.
Just for there you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Nate. I don't know if I can do the regular flip with this.
What's your plate?
You hold the plate. You hold the plate.
All right.
Ah, too far. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hold it right there. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, hold it right there. Oh, dang it, that hurt.
All right.
So this is a different way of doing it, but as you can see, the steak still cooks through, and it's a
Look at that.
little
Cheese is
rarer.
already mixed in there. It's got the onions, the mushrooms, the bacon. It's all around everything. This is my way of doing it, and I like it. Nobody can tell me differently.
It's definitely a steak bomb.
Definitely looks good. All right, guys, and that's steak and cheese subs
Cheers.
made by the Griddle guys.
5 ways.
Thank you.
5
ways. Example of when you overstuff a steak and cheese, like Nate was saying. A little tough to eat, but it certainly looks good.